Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial on this look. Here I used this new, well it's not new, but it's the NARS Wanted, I believe, palette. Yeah, the NARS Wanted palette. It is so pretty. I believe this launched in November, December type. It's beautiful. This is my first time using it because I have had other palettes I wanted to use before, and I really wanted to make a video dedicated to this. It's so pretty. It has like duochrome shimmers, it has mattes, it has just different formulas in here that are really great. I think they said there's 4 different types of formulas in here, and I love NARS shadows. NARS shadows are amazing. They're very pigmented, really easy to work with, and that's all I use to create this look. I'm obsessed with this shade. It's the one I used. It's like a gold pink shift. I don't know if you guys can tell, but like more towards the inner corner it's pink, and then it flares out to a gold on the edge. I'm also wearing this Huda Beauty matte lip in the shade Material Girl. I'm not really loving it. It's very, very patchy, and it just didn't really cover my lips fully. Yeah, it just looks really patchy. Like, I don't know if you guys can see, but like, see how it looks, it's just patchy, and I kept trying to build it up, but it just wasn't working for some reason. So don't recommend that liquid lip from her. I love all her other liquid lips that I've tried, but those were mainly nudes. So maybe it's just like the darker formula of hers. I don't know. Just is very patchy and not cute. So if you're interested in seeing this makeup tutorial, then let's go. Okay guys, so first things first, we gotta start with the face. I'm using the Pop Beauty 24K Face Base Primer. This stuff is so good. I'm seriously obsessed with it. And then I'm starting with the eyes in this look. So I applied the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer to serve as an eyeshadow base. And then I'm taking the NARS Wanted palette. What I'm taking is Biarritz, I believe. I don't know, NARS be playing us with these names. But I'm just taking that shade and setting the concealer that I just went in with, just to make sure that my neck shades go on super easy and just blendable. And then I'm taking the shade 7 Heaven. It's just my transition shade. It's a really light brown. You could even use a bronzer for this. But then I'm taking an even darker shade. This is just going to help define the crease. And that shade I am taking is called Temptress. I'm obsessed with this shade. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It had so much pigment and it just blended like a dream. I felt that this shade would really go good with the shade that I'm putting all over the lid, which is like a pinky gold, which you guys saw earlier. And then here I'm just taking a regular old clean brush and I'm just blending everything together, making sure that it looks good. So for the eyelids, I'm first starting with the NYX Glitter Glue. This is kind of an optional step. I just did this to see what it would look like, and it really didn't do anything in my humble opinion. I feel like Fix Plus or anything would have worked if you wanted to get more intense of a color, but who cares? So this is the shade Mendoza in the NARS palette. It's a really pretty color, like I said. It went on at first really pink, and I was kind of surprised because in the pan it looked a little bit more gold. But then when I like blended it out and played with it, it did look a little bit more gold. And like you guys see, the more inner corner is pink, and then the outer corner or the outer portion of my eye is gold. And then here I'm just taking the Marc Jacobs Highliner pencil in the black one. I'm not sure the exact name, but I'll leave it linked down below, just like everything else I'm mentioning in this video. And then this is the Natasha Denona Blackest Black Matte Eyeshadow. Since that was a crayon, or you know, a gel crayon thing, I just set that. And then I took my eyelashes and brows and I just did those off camera to make this process go a little faster. For primer, for like more of my pores, I took the Too Faced Just Peachy, I believe it's called, primer. Next, I'm going in with my foundation. This is the NARS Natural Radiant Long Wear Foundation in the shade Oslo. It's the lightest shade that they have in their range. I talked about this foundation in my last video, so I will leave that linked below if you're interested to see what I think about it. But all in all, I love it. I think it's a bomb.com foundation, and I highly recommend it. Here I'm just applying it with a little brush. I'm not really sure what brush this is. I got it in a set, so I don't know what it is or who it's from, But then to just make the foundation blend really nice, I'm spraying my face with a little bit of Fix Plus, and then I'm taking a damp beauty blender and just running it along my face. I always do this with my foundation, no matter what. I just love using a beauty blender. I love the way it looks on the skin. I think it just makes everything blend really nicely. And then the next step that I'm going to be doing is my contour and my concealer. For the contour, I am taking the Fenty Beauty Matchstick in the shade Amber. I'm just applying this to the hollows of my cheeks, underneath my jawbone, my chin, the top of my forehead, and then I'm also taking some and running it along the bottom of my nose and up both sides of the bridge of my nose. To blend it all out, I am taking an SYK Cosmetics brush. I'm not sure what brush this is, but it's the double-ended foundation brush. I really, really like this to blend out my contour because it has the double-ended side, which you guys just saw. One side is really small, and then the other side is nice and fluffy. Sorry, Mac is wanting my attention right now. But right here, you can see that that small side just really helps get very precise, and then I go in and blend it out with the big side. I like both of these. I did use this for a hot minute for foundation, and I do like it for foundation, but lately I've been liking it, sorry, I can't speak, been liking it for contour. It makes your skin look really airbrushed and flawless, but once again, you guys will see me tap everything out just with a beauty blender. It's just habit. I've always done this, and I just love my beauty blender. I feel like I can never stop using a beauty blender. It's like an addiction. And then here, I love this little tip of the brush to just get my nose really, really snatched. I think it does a really great job. It doesn't overblend, but then it doesn't make it look muddy. I don't know. It just makes it look really, really nice. And then once again, same thing. I'm just taking that fluffier side and just blending out the rest of the nose. For my concealer, I am taking the Naked Skin Concealer. This is in the lightest shade. I think it's 0.5 Fair Neutral, I believe. Do not quote me on that. That's what I think. I'm just taking this concealer in all of the places that you would normally conceal or highlight. So here you see me applying it to like the mustache-ish area. I've been doing that lately, and I've been really loving how it's been brightening up my face. And then to blend it all out, I am taking a Morphe G2 brush. I love this brush. I've been back on it lately. I just find that it blends the concealer amazing, and it still keeps the coverage of the concealer, which is huge for me. Sometimes if I go directly in with a beauty blender, I notice it takes away a lot of the product, and I don't really want to do that. I want my concealer to brighten my face, and I want it to give me a lot of coverage since under my eyes I do have dark circles. So now I'm taking the MAC and Patrickstarrr setting powder or baking powder, whatever it's called, I'm not really sure. But I'm using this to bake underneath the eyes, on the chin, and I'm also taking a little bit on the forehead where I also applied my concealer. And then here I'm just taking a Morphe E3 brush, and I'm dusting everything away just to make sure there's no excess baking powder. For the lower lash line, I am taking those same two colors that I used on my crease, the shade 7 Heaven and the shade Temptress. I'm just taking these on smaller brushes to just help define everything and make sure everything is packed on tightly, and then I'm just blending them together. For the bronzer, I'm using my Hourglass Diffused Bronze Light Bronzer. I'm obsessed with this bronzer. It's probably the best bronzer I've ever tried. I love how good it makes my skin look, and it doesn't look harsh like some other bronzers look, and it also doesn't look muddy. So I'm just taking that on my cheekbones, or you know, like where you usually contour, and then on the temples of my forehead, on my jaw, and then I'm just blending it all together with a MAC brush. And then to make the under eyes pop, I'm just taking this shade in my Hourglass palette. It's like their ambient strobe, so it just makes everything brighter, and it makes it look really nice. And then for blush, I'm taking the NARS Ghoulie blush. I believe that's how you say it. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, NARS be playing us with their crazy names. And then for a base for my highlight, I took the NARS Liquid Highlight in Copacabana. I'm obsessed with the shade. I think it's so pretty. And then this is the new L'Oreal Lumi Loose Shimmer Powder. I think that's what they call it. It's in the iridescent shade. It's pretty. I don't know. I'm just not a huge iridescent fan, but I really wanted to try it, so I just popped it on. I wish they came out with more colors because they only have 2 shades and the other one's super, super dark. And then for my lip color, I'm taking Huda Beauty's Liquid Matte Lipstick in the shade Material Girl. Like I mentioned earlier, I like the shade, like the color of it, but I just don't like how patchy and hard it was to work with. I feel like if I would have put a lip liner down first, it would have been a lot easier and looked better, but I didn't because I'm really used to her liquid lips being very pigmented and not having to worry about that. But that is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe, like, and give this video a thumbs up. I will see you guys Sunday. I love you so much, and thank you for watching.